just to open things up, can you explain what the rivalry means to you?
Yeah, it's it's a unique rivalry. I think it's the most special in all sports. Something I really wasn't a part of growing up. I didn't follow Ohio State or Michigan that much, as a kid, but being part of it in college, it's something very special. It's a game you look forward to all year, and it's a unique place. And both teams just have there's respect for each other, but there's definitely no love lost. So we're looking forward to going into it Saturday.
All the way back left.
Being that you didn't know growing up, how did you find out what it was like? Obviously, people know it's the biggest rivalry in college sports. Who told you? What did they tell you? And how did you know that it is what it is?
Yeah, I mean, when I committed here, I read a few books on the program and watched all this stuff. Just being a high school senior, interested in where you're going to college next year. But it was warm-ups my freshman year when we went down to Columbus, and everybody's booing you, and you finally figure out what this whole thing's about. So I loved it from the get-go. I love this rivalry. I absolutely despise that school, so it's going to be a good one going into Saturday.
Front row, all the way to the left is Larry.
What jumps out at you about Ohio State's defense, personnel-wise, otherwise?
Yeah, they're fast. They're a very talented group. I think they're one of the best in the Big Ten, and presents a lot of challenges for us. I think they got a great pass rushing defense. So, from an offensive line standpoint, it's obviously big for what we do. So, it's just big for us to stay out of third and long situations and keep ourselves keep the chains short for us. Get the running game going really well. I think that's going to help a lot.
Second row, middle right, Steve.
And Coach Harbaugh was very complimentary of your play this year and your leadership. Talk about what you've striven to do as a leader this year.
Yeah, I learned a lot from Mason Cole last year, just about how to lead the offensive line, and that's something I really focused on, is just taking care of the position group first. We got a lot of older guys in there, myself, Runyon, Jawan. There's a lot of guys in there that can take leadership roles. So, I think we do a great job of holding each other accountable, and that's just something I was always trying to do with our group. And it's a very play-around group. We do a great job. Everybody knows what they're supposed to do. There's no questions. If someone messes up, we all mess up. Sack's a sack on the O-line. It doesn't matter who gives it up. So, we take that mindset into everything, and I think it's working well for us.
Second row right, John.
How important is it to you to not have this game come down to a situation like the one did 2 years ago?
Yeah, I think that just comes with finishing games. It's something, especially on the O-line, we've been focused on this year, is finishing games off so that we don't need to make it dramatic at the end. We can. We're trying to be up by a couple scores so that when the game's 2 minutes left, we feel pretty safe about it, and that we don't need to put the game in anybody's hands besides our own.
Standing straight back.
When you see what opposing offenses have done to Ohio State this year, are you guys licking your chops, or do you expect a different level of focus?
Yeah, I mean, this game it's unique, as I said before. We know that they're going to come out ready to play for us, better than any other team that they've come out for all year, and we're going to do the same thing. It's just different in this game, and other teams might have had success doing other things, but they're going to be fired up for it, and we're going to have our own game plan and just go out there and execute that.
Second row, middle left, Dan.
Warner was saying last week that when he took over in the spring, you guys were a group that lacked confidence. What did he do specifically to try to build that up?
Really, he just forced us to be good, and he did an outstanding job of it. He just simplified everything, as I said, countless times this year. And starting from the beginning, breaking everything down, going back to square one has helped. It's helped us all a lot. We've been able to just start over and work and build ourselves back up the way that he wants it, so that we know exactly what he's asking for us with every different assignment. So now that we know exactly what we're supposed to be doing, we're able to do that at a higher level, execute our blocks and our assignments, and it just was a building block from there.
How soon did that confidence really take hold with you?
It started in spring ball, and then built its way up from there, and then with summer workouts, and Coach Herbert, being able to see, they took videos and measurements of us right when they got here in January, and then compared it to where we were at the end of July. And just, visually we looked so much better, and on paper too with numbers, in a position where, being strong and having to move people is a large part of the job. That builds confidence in you as well. So over the summer that helped, and then it just kept building through fall camp and every game this year.
Got time for a few more, starting first row left with Nick.
And everybody all year is talking about how close knit you guys are. You've all said this. Why is it this way? Why is this the closest or the closest groups? You get a pinpoint it?
I mean, we spent a lot of time together, obviously, and that helps a lot. But really, I think it comes down to last year being the weak point of the team and just being at the absolute low. You had nobody, nobody besides this team believed in us, and we just took that one step further and put it in our room that we weren't going to let this happen. So when we were at the the low point like that, I think it really it's like a crucible and just builds everyone, brings everybody together. And now that we're able to build up with each other and have the success that we're having now, it only makes us closer.
You're a captain for the whole team. You think it's been a similar sentiment with the whole team?
Absolutely, yeah. I mean, in the O-line room, like I was saying, that was just a small part of it, but I think that's absolutely how the whole team feels.
Standing to the left, Brad.
When you play football and you look at a roster way before the season, and a smart guy like you knows, okay, we can do things, we can do certain things, maybe we're a little bit more limited this year, next year's our year. When did you believe that this team would be in the position it is right now to compete for a championship in the last regular season game?
I mean, looking around, we always had talent on our teams all 3 years that we've been here. But this year, I think it was definitely fall camp. Somewhere in between summer workouts and fall camp, where you got to see the attitude of the team and you got to see what everybody was all about, and just the way we were playing too. I mean, fall camp was fun. Everybody was making plays. The receivers were catching balls that I'd never seen any of them catch before. Shea was whipping that thing all around. So it was fun to watch, fun to be a part of, and I think that's when everybody really started to catch on that this was something that we could really do.
And that was different than any other year?
Yeah, I mean, I always try to be, I don't try to be, but I just kind of end up being a pessimist about it, always finding the negative things to correct, but after a while, you're able to take a step back and realize that we're doing a lot of great things, and going into fall camp with that, going through fall camp, seeing all the good things we're doing, and then just going on this win streak that we're on now, we're really able to start capitalizing on everything.
Front row left, Aaron.
Kind of going off that, how different of a feeling is there with this team going to this Ohio State game compared to this time last year?
I think Ohio State week's a unique week where it doesn't really matter. It's just we're a confident team all the time going into it with them. This week especially, I feel really good about it. Feel good about our group. Feel good about our team, and we're ready to go for Saturday.
Front row right, Angelique.
And not diminishing the progress of the offensive line, but what has Shea done to change this offense?
Yeah, Shea has been. He brings a whole new aspect to the offense. Being able to be able to run and extend plays the way he does. Being able to be able to run the football as well. Some of those read plays. It's a whole new thing for defenses to have to cover. And then from an O-line standpoint, pass blocking with him, he's able to extend his plays. And sometimes he runs out, and there's not much you can do about your guy. But he extends plays on his feet, and when he's out of the pocket, he's deadly. He's shown. So sometimes he can make a guy miss. Like we saw in Rutgers 2 weeks ago. Made one or two guys miss, rolled out on Oliver and corner of the end zone. So he's able to do those things. We see it all the time in practice, and seeing him do those in the game now, it's very promising. And I just love the way he plays. He's a very driven kid. So
Following up on, you said going into Columbus debut, a lot of guys have talked about that drive-in, and that's memorable. What is it like?
Yeah, I mean, there's Ohio State fans all over the place, Michigan fans. Michigan fans are there. Everybody's all ready for the game. It's a great memory. It's one memory that I definitely will always have. For my first time going down there. But yeah, everybody hates you there, and you're getting flipped off by just about everybody on their way in, and it just gets you ready for what's about to happen in the stadium too, because it's nothing different when you're in there. So it's fun though. I mean, it's an electric environment. You know, with the energy like that, positive or negative, you know, it just makes you want to play.
Standing to the left.
Considering your motivation against a team like Ohio State, your history with them, the strides you guys have made and how close everyone keeps saying this team is, what would a win on Saturday mean to you guys?
Yeah, it'd just be a great, you know, be a great step forward for us throughout the rest of the year. You know, we've been working. You know, you work hard for this game all year. Everybody knows what it's probably going to mean. You know what it's probably going to come down to, and for us, you know, like we thought it was going to come down to the trip to the Big Ten championship game. You know, the winner of this goes. So, you know, we're definitely looking forward to it. Looking forward to going against them, and as a team, it would just be, you know, just another stepping stone, a great confidence boost for us, and a huge rivalry win. You know, we definitely know the love lost between us too. So, I think it'd be great to give the fans of Michigan this one, and then also ourselves, and just I think this would just shoot us forward in a new direction.
Last one for Ben is the second row left, Cody.
On Shea again, when did you kind of get that sense, really grasp what he could do, and just what did the knowledge that you had at quarterback like that do for the vibe of all this?
Yeah, you know, he was improvising a lot in spring ball, just making plays on his feet. Sometimes he wasn't, you know, making a correct play, but he was making a play. And just on film, just seeing the raw ability he had, being able to throw the ball and run the ball, and just his decision making. I loved it from the first time I saw him in spring ball, and ever since then it's gotten better every single day. So we're just continuing to block for him, and he's doing a great job for us.
All right, thank you all for the time. We're going to keep Ben moving.